What's up, YouTube? Back again, another video. The man is behind me is my kid's bed. You know, that's what they do. I got this shit over there. Anyways, subscribe me if you haven't subscribe to my channel and have the algorithm so I know you like the type of content that I put out every day. Well, at least I try to put it out every day. Let's dig into this. This is infograph. I try to see. I'm gonna look at a couple of the infograph, and I'm talking about it briefly, so I won't drag this out too long. But let's go ahead. Watch. This is martial art author reacts to. I'm your host, John. Let's get, like I said, let's dig into it. Let's see it.
Getting punched sucks, but there are definitely spots that hurt.
Yeah, this is obviously, if you punch in the face or whatever, it does suck. That's why when you get a punch, you want to guard yourself. You still get a hit, even though you're blocking. Parrying, you smack down smacking down to make sure your chin down, so you're not getting hit so you don't get knocked out. In other words, let's get to you on
more than others when hit. In fact, getting punched in one area can instantly cause you to black out. Another location can literally cause you to pee yourself. We're about to tell you where the most painful places to get punched are, so pay attention. Your body's core is pretty resilient since this is where many of your vital organs are located. However, with precision, getting hit there can be incredibly painful. Professional fighters warn that if you ever get punched in the liver, it can be one of the most excruciating sensations of your life.
Any organ that you get hit, it's not recommended. Harry Houdini get punched in the stomach and die. Right? So it's not really a good idea to let people can come with force and hit those vital areas. It's not it'll cause your brain to collapse and you can get knocked out. You don't have to get hit in the face to be knocked out. Even your legs, you can tap out from getting hit, kicking the legs too many times. So yeah, those vital areas, so the eyes, nose, throat, ears. Obviously, if you're a man or since I'm not a woman, I heard that getting a kick in the pussy can hurt. But the point is, getting hit in the private areas is very painful indeed. There's actually for men, I don't know about women, but for men there is a main vein in the testicle. If it's getting hit and that vein pops, you'll bleed out. You can bleed out and die. Let's continue.
The liver's main job is to filter toxins and other unnecessary substances out of your blood. But when you get punched there, it can throw your whole body out of equilibrium.
Yeah.
The liver is covered in nerves which, when struck, send pain signals to the brain. If you're hit hard enough in the liver, you can go into shock momentarily.
Right.
This means that the body pretty much shuts down until the brain can get the pain signals under control. This is one of the reasons why professional fighters keep their elbows tight to their...
Right, that's right. You tight your elbows tight down here. You are blocking your body, and when you do, you block here, and you tighten that goal there, and you tighten this up so you don't get hit in this region over here. Right, you want to keep that tight because you don't want to. You might even shift your body this way. They ever punch over this way, and so on and so forth. You in boxing they have a saying, hit the body, so you can open up the upstairs. They want to get a quick knockout. Obviously, you can get knocked out by a level shot if you're not protecting yourself too well. So yeah,
body. But there's another organ in your midsection that you don't want to be punched in, the kidneys. When punched in the kidney, the body feels an intense amount of pain. However, it's not just the pain from the initial impact that professional fighters warn about. Instead, when taking a punch to this region of the body, it's the lingering effects that can cause the most pain. In order for a punch to impact the kidneys, the attacker needs to get up under the rib cage.
yeah.
But if
On the impact, that track could be going in, can go into the a uppercut. Go and digging into your hand, your hitting to this region. You can go for an uppercut, go into upright upright uh hook into the body, a body shot instantly. And your if you don't guard that area, and you hit in this region of here, it's gonna hurt like a you can go in and go with that hook in there and dig that your knuckles to the kidneys. And again, too much pain on that area can shut you down for sure. In this ideally when you're fighting, you do want to hit those fight areas because they don't. If you learn the anatomy and learn the where the organs are at, the fights in the street fight, especially, it's like if you do a nice kick right in the kidneys, a nice liver shot with a kick, it's game over. Uh, Especially when you don't telegraph your punches or whatever. Uh, if you're a fighter, you're especially in street fighting, you want to hit those fighter areas because you want the fight go. You don't want the fight go on like in matches. In a MMA fight, the fight can go on several minutes. Where I mean, that's long as 30 minutes, right? If MMA you have 5 minutes round. If you go to the championship round and you go to the density, you go 5 minute rounds. That's 25 minutes, and not including the minutes it'll take you to get down to get down into the octagon, waiting for the opponent, all that. So you in there, uh, for the fight. So obviously you wanna in MMA fight. You obviously wanna to block to go your hands tied up where you can move your body and shelf your arms to the point where they get and that's the point is if I put my hand up here or up down, I, I, I only have both hands up here to guard my face, or one I can have one here to guard my body. So that way when you parry the punch, or you get down here, you want that kind of strike, or whatever the deal is, whatever the feel the when you get that flow going, and you try to go the back and forth emotions, you want to be able to avoid. It's like um, in Philippine martial arts, you have something you learn how to defend the snake. Maybe you try to disarm the person, and at the same case, that's the same case. You are disarming them by shutting by hitting the fighter areas and make them shut down.
Someone manages to sneak a punch past the protective covering, it can cause some severe damage and immense pain. And even hours after the initial impact, there will still be lingering discomfort in the abdomen and back. So being punched in the kidney is not just painful in a single region of the body, but can result in long-lasting aches that persist throughout the midsection. One final region in the core of the body that's painful to be punched in is the bladder. Unfortunately, there's an unintended.
Well, in MMA fights, you're not supposed to hit anything below the belt. Um, so if you try to hit the bladder, and um, like it hurts, because even my old lady, she likes to, as I got pee, she would like to push down my bladder, and it hurts. It hurts like a motherfucker. And but obviously I didn't pee myself, but it just give that pressure onto my bladder sucks. Like it hurts, and especially since I would pee and like hey, you know, but I, I, I again you could easily as I want in MMA I want to aim for the bladder that's too close to the hitting in the nuts. I'm pretty sure that's illegal. MMA.
Intended side effect of being struck there. The punch would have to be a low blow, as the bladder is located just above the groin.
Yeah.
But if punched hard enough in this region of the body, not only would you double over from intense pain signals, but you could pee your pants as well. This would happen as a result of the fist putting pressure on the bladder, causing it to release any urine it was holding. There's a part of the body that getting punched in is not only painful, but can cause death. The throat contains...
The throat, yeah, like I said earlier, the throat, you got the trachea, you got the larynx, with your fourth, help you talk, make sounds with with your throat. So the larynx is what allow me to sound like Yoda. The force is strong with this one. Yes. Or like if I have I can it also allow me to do other sounds like so but not many people can change their voices, but that it helps to make that sound. It's a little small muscle in your throat. You people will play games and chop each other in the throat. Uh, Obviously, you're not trying to throw it hard. Then you get you get you got sound. You got that choking sound. As I'm trying to do that. It's a sound that you get when you get something knocked into your throat. But yes, if you hit hard enough by a punch, in karate, you use these knuckles, and that's the idea for these knuckles is going to the throat. If a chop like this, form chop hitting this way, I'm not talking about go to your buddy, hit him in the throat. That's not that's not funny. But yeah, if you do play these games like this, gotta be careful because you can do damage. Obviously, you just lightly hit, like same as you go down to hit somebody in the nuts. You lightly tap to the bus, a nut shot. gonna make the guy go ugh. But yeah, no force can cause death. That's not good.
Several vital structures that can cause both physical pain and life-threatening circumstances when punched. The trachea is the tube that you breathe through, can be very sensitive. This is why it should come as no surprise that getting punched in the trachea can be painful, but other threats come with getting punched here. For example, even
Hi, this is Robert Kiyosaki, and I want to talk to you about an opportunity to
Who's
learn
dad?
to be an
Yeah,
entrepreneur on the internet.
a light punch could cause the larynx to collapse and block the windpipe. You would not be able to breathe until your body recovered, but depending on the damage done by the punch, getting hit in the trachea could be life-threatening. It's unlikely, but if the trachea and the larynx are damaged by a powerful punch, you could suffocate to death.
Yeah.
Getting punched in the throat can also result in another dangerous side
Usually,
effect.
usually what happens when that happens, when you have put the force, blood will come out from the mouth. This is biomechanics. You know, the onus in the body. And you hear the person try to catch breath, and that's a sign that they can't breathe. It'd be too late. Even so, if you close the trachea, the windpipe, you want they'll suffocate. You want to take unless you're like 5 minutes or less. Unless it has to be less to try to save their life. And it's not, and even that is not guaranteed.
Pain to the throat from a well-placed punch can be so intense that you could pass out. This means that all with one punch, you would feel incredible pain, lose your breath, and lose consciousness. This is why being punched in the throat is considered by many to be one of the worst places to get hit. This brings us to the most painful region of the body to get punched in, the face. According to professional MMA fighters, the worst places to have a punch land are around the head, but there are several key locations that you definitely want to avoid being hit.
Yeah, the temple is bad. Back of the head can be really bad. It can knock you senseless. It can also when you break out your spinal cords, it's back here. If it's not hit enough, you can break their neck. So it's not, yeah, definitely a bad thing to happen in sense.
Some fighters claim that getting punched in the back of the head is the most painful place to get hit because after the initial impact, you lose equilibrium.
So yeah, if you're a boxer, that's why punching back of the head, what they call a rapid punch. That's why you can go here. A lot of martial arts structures, and you see this common. You see an elbow, punch, or chop back to the head. And in fact, if you watch, I hear people claiming to knock those stuff out by hitting the back of the head. So yeah, it's very dangerous thing to get hit because you can really get hurt, pass out. It's
A solid punch to the back of the head is going to cause the brain to jostle slightly in the skull. Obviously,
Cause brain
this is
damage.
a problem and would cause discomfort. But the fact that the spinal cord connects the brain at the base of the skull means there are a ton of nerves in this area of the body. When these nerves are impacted by a punch, pain signals will flood the brain. The overwhelming amount of signals can cause disorientation, which makes recovering from such a punch very difficult. But this is nothing compared to getting hit in the side of the head. If you've ever had your ears boxed, you know how dizzy it can make you, but also how much the initial impact hurts. Following a punch to the ears, you would not only
getting hit in the ear sucks. A punch in the ear sucks. But worse, covering your hand, making that air pocket going into that ear like this. This could probably ever have both hands go in like that. Because you create an air pocket with both hands, you bust the eardrums, and that that in itself will set you up for a headbutt to break the nose. Um, they gonna pass out. They're gonna be knocked out for sure after those two hit. Bam. It's when people try to teach things for self defense on the streets. Um, they'll often talk about slapping in there and Bass Rutten knocked out somebody with a slap. Um, so it's a slap can be a very powerful thing that you do. Um, yeah. In fact, if you have air problems, it can cause vertigo. So yeah, getting all discombobulated by getting hit in the air sucks, especially if you get sensitive hearing like I do. Uh, Pop the you'll see spots. You can your eyes. It's just really good. Like you get this look in here, like, and somebody hits you again, you can be knocked out. Especially if you just get by with you hit them in the air and then go another hook into the on the button, boom. That's gonna be KO out. You
You'd
know,
only be in pain with
yeah,
ringing in your ears, but the world around you would become distorted as you lost balance.
yeah.
Then, after the initial impact, your ear
Vertigo.
would throb, and a burning sensation would persist for a long time. The nose is one of the most sensitive areas of the face due to nerves running across the bridge. These nerves contain respirators that allow you to smell, but
Yeah.
with its high concentration of nerves also comes a high concentration of pain receptors. This means getting punched in the nose will shoot pain
This is,
signals directly in.
I mean, little content. It's a little cold contenting, but yeah, pop him in the nose. Pop by his palm stripe, knuckles, headbutt. Great way to try to end the fight quickly.
Into the brain, causing the eyes to water, involuntary motor reflexes, and enough pain to cause you to black out for a moment. The crazy thing about getting punched in the nose is that it doesn't even need to be hard. Even a light punch can cause bleeding and pain.
Yep.
But if the punch lands with enough force, it can cause the bridge of the nose to break, which would result in severe pain until the bone could be reset. And although it's highly unlikely, a punch could shatter the nose, sending shards of it dangerously close to the brain.
I don't. That's not really. That's had to be proven yet. Because it could be word unlucky but possible. Um, there's a lot of that would go across using your palm and get shoved that nose and try to have that bone piece go into the brain. It's a lot of boxers got their head nose smashed in so many times. Yeah, I mean, yes, boxers has died in the ring, but I don't think it was because of the nose bone flying into the brain and a shot of the bone going to the brain. Um, there's there's not enough evidence that can support this theory. I probably have to do part two to watch the other martial arts thing that they have. So stay tuned for part two, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.
Itself. If you were very unlucky, some of the bone fragments could penetrate the nervous tissue and cause brain damage. If you've ever been poked in the eye by accident, you know how uncomfortable the feeling can be.
Yeah.
Now, imagine getting punched full force right in the eye. This is often mentioned as being one of the worst places to get punched.
Yeah. I mean, I punched my brother in the eye. Like when we was kids, I blocked his eye. We was fighting. I don't remember what we were fighting about. It was years ago. But yeah, he was smaller than I was, and I was a mount. We was on the couch. I was on top. Punched him in the eye. I got hit in the eye before. Getting hit in the eye sucks. It's very painful. Um, that's why you
Punched by
block.
professional fighters.
That's why you guard
At the back
yourself.
of the eye are a series of connective nerves that lead directly to the brain. When someone gets punched
In fact, if you get hit hard enough, you can make an eye. You can cause a lot of damage. You can cause them to go blind in one eye.
in the eye, signals are shot through these nerves and intense pain is felt. On top of that comes disorientation and the loss of depth perception. A punch to the eye can also rupture blood vessels, which would not only be uncomfortable but messy. However, the worst part about getting punched in the eye could be the long-term effects. If the impact is hard enough, it could damage your eye beyond repair. This means from a single punch, you may be temporarily or permanently blinded in that eye.
Yeah.
And in really extreme circumstances, the entire eye could pop out of its socket by a strong punch.
I don't think so because it's your eyes veins and all the stuff that is in eye are very strong. I I think I think there's a doctor has reviewed um the you know they it has to be a lot of force to make your eye popped out. It's your eyes are stronger than than you think you are. I mean they think. I mean obviously if you try popping you probably if you get them out and you squeeze it they'll probably pop like a grape. But ugh, just think. Oh my god! I just got myself. Ugh, ugh, gross. I, I have not. I never heard this. If somebody's eyes got popped out by a punch, it would be on the news already. So I don't think I don't know how possible that is.
Would be so
Of
painful,
course, I'm not a
the
doctor.
person would go into shock immediately. If this happened, the eye would likely be stopped by the eyelids, but with enough force, the eye could leave its socket and dangle from the hole in the face by the nerves connecting it to the brain. Needless to say, this would be one of the most painful spots anyone could be hit in. Being punched in the eye might just be really painful, or it could be the worst experience of your life. However, the most painful place of all to get punched in is not where you might think. According to several professional fighters, a punch that connects with the chin is actually the most painful of all. Many fighters recommend always covering the chin, even if it leaves another part of the body vulnerable. The reason for this is if the chin gets hit, the pain is so intense that even the toughest fighters get knocked out. In fact, many professional fighters have stories early on in their careers where they made the mistake of not protecting their chin. And the next thing they knew, they were on the ground looking up at the ref, who ended the fight on the account of knockout. But why is this area of the body so painful to be punched in? The reason is there's a high concentration of nerves around the chin and jaws. Since these nerves are so densely packed, a hard punch to the chin sends an overwhelming flood of pain signals to the brain. The massive amount of signals being sent all at once overloads the nervous system and causes you to black out.
Yeah,
The
hence
difference between
that's why hence the knockout. When you get knocked out and you hit the in the like basically like back of the right here in this jawline, this area from this line here, you get hit and that knuckles going into here. I mean, you get knuckle out here because that if the nose pressure goes back when you get punched right here, that can go make the jaw go up here, and that also will register to your brain, and your brain was shut off as a defensive mechanism for you, and it will allow you to and the fight is over. Sucks for you because when you fight, especially boxing or MMA, and you get knocked out, you was hoping to win, but the other guy knocks you out. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I was talking about all the people, all the kids are today, back in back when I was growing up, all we had was these, right? Um, I mean, there's a few. In my area, we didn't have gunshot. I mean, yes, obviously there's been kids that came into school and shot up the school. And my theory is, if you gotta bring a gun to kill your bullies, um, that tells me you just don't know how to fight. If you get bullied, it sucks. I've been there, and I handle my bullies. I use my fist, and I left. I'm here today. I live another day. You know what I'm saying? I taught my bullies a lessons. I didn't go in there and show up the place. No, people don't bully me. They bully me, but because they thought I was a easy target. So don't make yourself, for one, don't make yourself a target. Two, um, um, fight back. Learn how to defend yourself. Learn how learn boxing. Learn how to box. Learn how to go into kickboxing. Learn how to do something uh, to defend yourself, right? So it's so that way you're not trying to fight somebody who I didn't know when I was sparring back in the day in high school. I brought my sparring gear, and we boxed, and I had my hands up, but I was a boxer. The other guy I was boxing, he boxed. I didn't know that, and he hit. I guess he hit me with a hook. I was just standing up. I was dazed. He's sitting down. I didn't know. It was like, dude, you was knocked out. I was like, no, I was. I probably was. I was in denial. I was knocked out standing up still. I was still standing. I didn't fall, but he hit me, and I don't think it wasn't a hard hit. It was just the way he hit me. I didn't see the punch. It was something that got me, and I didn't realize he was quick because I didn't see those jabs. I didn't move because he was quick, and he came around and hit me, and before I knew it, he was sitting down. So he's like, dude, everybody like, dude, you been out for 5 minutes. So yeah, be careful who you try to box. Have a better understanding how the fight works. I mean, it's damn you do, damn you don't. So
Being punched in the chin versus other parts of the body is the puncher doesn't need to be very accurate. In this case, it's the amount of force that matters. If someone can punch hard enough and connect with any part of your chin, it's going to be incredibly painful. Whether the punch
I got
lands
hit by the
squarely in
chin.
or just clips the side of it, you're going to go down from the punch. This brings us to the last painful place to get punched. And it should come as no surprise that being hit in the genitals is considered by most people to be the most...
It's funny because people don't know how to pronounce it. Genitals is a Latin word for testicles. There's two pronunciation for that. For the males, it's genitals. For the female, genitalia, which is the vajayjay, if you will. So you have the males, genitals, and then genitalia, the female. You lost something today. Bam!
Painful place of all to be punched. These low blows are not often used in professional fighting, but when they are, it's normally by accident. Being punched in the groin will cause different sensations
Yeah,
based
because
on the sex of the person.
if you do get punched in the balls, let's say if they go for the stomach or then they may go for the hit a battle area. Maybe they are trying to go for the bladder, and they won't purposely hit you there. Then they'll try and go for the stomach. They may they block. You maybe push down and you try to block that punch, and they hit, and their hands step down and hit you in the nuts. Um, hitting the genitals. I'm vocal, whatever. The point is, it hurts, and the man knows that they got hit in the genitals. Sucks. I hear that it's the same concept of when we get hit in genitalia. Yes.
But for both males and females, intense pain and discomfort come from being hit in the genitals. For a woman who's punched in the vagina, the impact will cause a throbbing sensation that travels all the way up to their midsection. Luckily, their ovaries and uterus are concealed within the body itself, which does offer some protection. But a punch to the female reproductive organs will cause a massive amount of pain. Males, on the other hand, are slightly more vulnerable as their testicles hang outside of the body. This means a punch could strike one or both testes.
He's laughing.
This would send a massive surge of pain signals to the brain. The stomach could cramp and the person would double over in pain. The male and female genitals need to be sensitive areas due to their main purpose, which is pleasure.
Yeah,
however, the reason that
he's using genitals for both things, and not a lot of time when you try to narrate and talk, you gotta just use the words everybody knows about the genitals, and not just separating genital and genitalia.
Orgasms are so pleasurable is because of the number of nerves that run through the genitals. The more nerves there are, the more sensitive an area is. Unfortunately, those same nerves are also capable of sending pain signals, which means that...
Okay, so female... So now he has both female and male genitalia, versus again, genitalia is the feminine word for genitals. FYI. Latin has, let's just say Spanish, has the feminine word, like where they do la, L in Spanish. La obviously moves in feminine, L maximum, you get ones that I hate, have a speech impediment and I cannot pronounce the word I want to say, but you get the gist.
That the genitals can deliver just as much pain as pleasure. So, where is the most painful place to get punched? If you ask a professional fighter, they'll most likely tell you it's the chin. However, for the rest of us, the genitals would definitely be at the top of the list. Now watch, worst pain ever? These injuries will make you cry like a baby.
That's gonna be the end of the video. Pop down the comment down below which one you think is gonna be to you, the chin or getting hit in the genitals or genitalias. Male, if you're a male, genitals, female, genitalia. Which one you think is the most painful place for you to get hit at? And have you been hit? I don't want to be so blunt. So yes, just put down in the comments down below. Tell me which one you think hurts the most, the chin or downstairs. Alright, I'm out. And don't forget to subscribe, baby. Alright. This button. I need you!